There are moments in a marriage when life suddenly shifts, when the certainty you've always relied on begins to feel fragile. For Chip Gaines, that moment arrived the day Joanna received news neither of them was prepared to face. The man who built his world around strength, noise, and unshakable optimism found himself unable to hide the fear settling into his voice. As their future changed in an instant, Chip began doing something his family had never seen from him before. He started letting go. The moment the sledgehammer dropped. For more than 2 decades, Chip and Joanna Gaines built their lives on momentum. They survived the whirlwind of HGTV fame, legal battles, and the scrutiny of the royal time of Hollywood. But in late 2025, the hum of their busy life came to a screeching halt. After months of Joanna struggling with recurring pain from her 2022 back surgery, unexplained fatigue, and symptoms she could no longer ignore, doctors delivered a diagnosis that forced the couple to pause everything. For the first time, Chip found himself unable to fix what was broken. They had just wrapped Fixer Upper, the Lake House, and the Colorado Mountain House project. Even during filming, Joanna had moments where her energy faded. Chip initially thought it was stress or travel, but as the doctor spoke, the room fell silent. The man who could swing a sledgehammer with a laugh sat completely still, gripping Joanna's hand. Fame, money, and their Magnolia empire felt small compared to this new reality. The weight Chip could no longer hide. Chip had always been the loudest heartbeat of the family, running headfirst into every risk. After the diagnosis, something shifted. Those working beside him at Magnolia noticed a quietness that didn't belong to him. Even during the press cycles for their Colorado project, his eyes betrayed a deeper worry. Their children felt it too. Drake, now 20, returned home more often, stepping into a protective role. Ella noticed her mother's fading energy long before the cameras did, and little Crew began sensing a fear he couldn't yet name. Behind the scenes, Chip began dismantling his world. He cleared his work calendar without telling producers why. He quietly pushed back meetings for Magnolia and canceled early plans for future spin-offs. To the industry, he blamed scheduling conflicts, but the truth was heavier. He no longer cared about ratings or expansions. All he cared about was time. When the empire no longer mattered. The Gaines empire was fueled by momentum, market, network, books, and bakeries. But as Joanna's health became the priority, the pace became unbearable. What made the shift even more startling was the public backlash during the premiere of Fixer Upper, Colorado Mountain House in December 2025. Critics online accused them of being out of touch, flaunting wealth, and losing their genuine spark. Under normal circumstances, Chip would have defended Joanna with his signature stubborn confidence. This time, he didn't respond at all. The comments didn't matter when he was helping Joanna through mornings where pain slowed her steps. The world debated the Magnolia brand, but Chip was fighting a battle to keep his family steady. He realized that work could be rebuilt and reputations could recover, but Joanna was irreplaceable. A family forced to slow down. Their busy calendar, once filled with travel and design meetings, slowly emptied. Long mornings at home and quiet dinners replaced the filming schedules. Chip, used to being the anchor and the builder, had to learn a different kind of strength, stillness. He cooked breakfast, canceled trips, and sat beside Joanna on her bad days without trying to lighten the mood with jokes. She didn't need a comedian. She needed his presence. Meanwhile, the outside world kept moving. The Magnolia Network aired reruns, and promotional clips of the Colorado project played on, oblivious to the fact that the couple who built the franchise was unraveling in the quietest way. Offers for new shows arrived, but Chip ignored them all. He wanted unstructured time, something he hadn't valued properly until it became scarce. The decision no one expected. As 2025 drew to a close, Chip confronted a truth he had avoided. Strength sometimes means stepping away. While Joanna insisted life should continue as normally as possible, Chip saw the small signs, the way she leaned against counters and the quiet rubbing of her spine where an old cheerleading injury had resurfaced. Producers and executives at the royal time of Hollywood were stunned when Chip began rejecting every offer. He didn't bother explaining. The industry wouldn't understand the shift. The most heartbreaking moment came when Chip walked away from Magnolia Market on an ordinary afternoon, realizing he didn't know when he would return. That night, on their back porch in Waco, Chip finally said the words, "I think it's time I stop. All of it. I just want to be here." The goodbye that changed everything. By early 2026, the reality of Chip's choice settled in. He wasn't just stepping back for a season, he was stepping away entirely. He withdrew from public events and stopped filming promotional material. As the truth of Joanna's diagnosis quietly emerged in industry circles, the criticism faded. The debates about their wealth felt trivial. Inside their home, Chip became Joanna's shadow, lifting what she couldn't, handling the kids, and holding her through unpredictable waves of pain. There were nights when Joanna apologized for changing the direction of their lives. Chip's answer was always the same: "There's nothing out there that matters more than what's right here." Stepping away wasn't a sacrifice, it was clarity. He realized the world could survive without another renovation, but his family couldn't survive without him being fully present. Chip Gaines' goodbye wasn't about a career, it was about choosing the one thing he couldn't rebuild if he lost it. As Joanna faces her hardest chapter, Chip stands exactly where she needs him. What are your thoughts on Chip's decision to put his massive empire on hold to stand by Joanna during this time? Share your support and thoughts in the comments below. If you want to stay updated on the latest stories from the royal time of Hollywood, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss the next update.